Hello, welcome to another episode. We can talk about this particular investment market in Florida, Palm Bay, Florida. My name is Si-Wing Yi from the Yi Real Estate Network, and my guest speaker, Mr. Richard Advani, a investment loan agent. He's also a real estate investor. He have done many investment loans throughout the country, and particularly in Florida over the years. So he understands the real estate markets. So he's going to come to you not as an investment loan agent, even though he owns multiple properties throughout the country, cash flow, high appreciation properties for many, many years. He also owns properties in Florida, so he understands this particular market. So I asked him to come on board and just give a very objective analysis as an investor that he is. And he's Richard, when he provides an analysis, he's very, very direct, very blunt. He tells it like it is, and he's very, very transparent as well. So really appreciate your thoughts. So without further ado, let's talk about Palm Bay, Richard. Thank you for being here. Palm Bay, according to the U-Haul, recently is among the number 3 in migration, right, from U-Haul from out of state. So there's a very, very good sign, very important metric. And so Palm Bay, as you can see, is on a map, is around an hour and 15 minutes southeast from Orlando Metro by the Atlantic coast. And you can look closer, you will see a closer map. And then we got, let's do it a little bit more closer. You will see Palm Bay, which is right below Melbourne and right below Cape Kennedy, Port Canaveral. Is what you call Space Coast, something that my network has been promoting for a number of years. And so according to some people, they say this is the Space Coast of Florida. Some people say it's the next mini Silicon Valley of the Southeast. And there's a reason for that, because in Palm Bay, we have space, aerospace, we have technology, we have the space program. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are very involved with the space program, SpaceX and what have you. So all the big players of the economy are entering the space world privately, and the government as well. And furthermore, being myself an ex-military veteran, I'm retired active duty U.S. Army, 20 years retired a number of years ago, and I understand that in a Palm Bay area, there's an Air Force base, Patriot Air Force base, close by the Palm Bay. They have a new military branch. It's called Space Force. So the Space Force is is part of the Air Force branch, but they're doing Space Force, fighting the space war, Star Wars, those kind of things. All right. So and then now finally, and we have our turnkey provider in Central Florida, Ms. Jean Gillum, of course. She's been working with us, with my network for the past 10 years, and she's been promoting Palm Bay. And this is an off market from a builder that only built these homes for real estate investors, not for other people out there. So you're not subject to multiple bidding. So these are pre-construction homes to be completed around 6 to 9 months time frame. And these are very nice homes for investors. A 4-bedroom, 2-bath, believe it or not, around 1,800 square foot. Very, very nice construction. As you can see, this is the rendering of what the house is going to look like down the road before this year is over. Very, very nice construction, which is so the thing is the way it works, and Richard, I need your input, is that this type of when an investor buys these lots, you have to pay all cash. The reason why, maybe you can shed some light into it, the builder rather have you pay all cash initially to reserve the lot, because they can use the money to finance the construction instead of going through a construction lender, which will be more costly. And once the house is finished construction, however long it takes, 6 to 9 months, then for those people pay all cash. You can pay pure cash. You can pay with your self-directed IRA, by the way. And a lot of you out there have a lot of IRA money. You can convert into self-directed IRA. You can put all cash into this $275,000 purchase. So Richard, you understand how some builders, because they rather have all cash. Not every builder does this, but in this particular builder here in Palm Bay, they rather want all cash so they can use the money with a low interest cost to construct their homes at a lower cost. And when the home is completed, the builder will give the money back to the investor. So the investor can, when the house is completed, based on my understanding, the investor could potentially refinance the all cash purchase into and take, get all the money back and apply the 25% down payment through the loan process to a closed escrow and get the renter to rent the property toward the back end. So what is your understanding of this concept with paying all cash down on a pre-construction lot? Richard?
Yeah, I mean, obviously with where house prices are, and it's getting a little more difficult to make cash flow, the builders are trying to look for ways to minimize their costs. That way they can obviously minimize our cost to buy the property. And, there's so much demand out there and such limited supply. I mean, it makes sense for the builder to do that. There are enough of us out there that can pay cash. So why deal with the finance buyers? And it also reduces the carrying costs of the builder. That way, once again, they can pass the savings on to us. The other cool thing too is once the property is complete, we can use current market value at that time to determine the cash out for the deal. So, in theory, assuming this property actually goes up, which it probably will from where you're buying it, there's a good chance you can get most of all of your money back out, right? So, what I mean by that is we can go to 75% of market value. So in this situation, if you're buying it for $275, let's say it appraises at $350 when it's done, right? We can get $262,500 out for you without waiting as soon as the property's done. Now, if you look at the purchase price, it's $275. So if we're going to be able to get you 262 back out in that example, you can almost get into this home for, $10, $15, $20,000 total out of pocket. And once again, that's making the assumption in this example, the home's 275 when you get in contract. By the time it's built 9, 10, 12 months later, it's worth 350. And, in that example, once again, you can get almost all your money back out when it's complete. So that's really, really cool.
Well, Richard, not only that, some of the investors I talked to, they say, oh, my $275,000 all cash for the earnest money deposit. Oh, I'm not earning the interest on this money for the next 9 months. That's a wrong way to look at it. You are already earning interest and way above that. Yeah, if the projection is correct, and Jim Gillum said the appraised value on a similar home is not $275K, it's like $340K. So, I mean, your earnest money deposit, the full cash, is earning money, right? Earning the money at the difference between the contract price that you sign up for, and then the ultimate retail value of the price once you close escrow. If you look at this pro forma, the number is quite small, but let me verbalize this. I'm sure you'll agree. When the home is done, it would be appraised at 350, 375, 9 months from now, who knows? Like you said, Richard, they can come to you. They can get all the money out, do a 25% down payment, do a loan on that, right? You get your money back. Look at the numbers, right? This is a very realistic approximate numbers. The loan you're going to get when the house is completed will be 25% down payment, right? At $275K, your original contract price. The rent it's going to be at least $2,100. That is what's going on, right? The rent is a very, very good rent. You minus a few percentage of vacancy factor, and then the property tax rate is a little bit more than 1% only because it's a brand new home. Insurance. I mean, it's just comply with the stringent hurricane resilient homes and all that. The insurance is very, very low, $67 per month. Property management fee 8%, and a few other things. Then you look at upper right-hand corner. I mean, the cash on cash return is 5%, and the rental value ratio is 0.08, which is very, very good. And 25% down payment at 6% interest rate, right? Very realistic number on the financing aspect. Who knows in the future, 9 months from now, it could be less than 6%. You might want to refinance for a lower interest rate. We all can do that. Look at the current projection. At even a 6% rate at 25% down payment, you still see a monthly net cash flow of around $333. I mean, what a deal, right? I mean, what are your thoughts about this pro forma cash flow analysis and the strategy I just discussed?
Yeah, it's a good strategy because you're able to lock in, of course, the price of the home at a competitive price as well. And then also you're able to buy something. You know, it's so tough to get under contract right now. In this example, obviously, it gives you a good amount of cash flow up front. I like that, you know, this pro forma, the first year appreciation, $1,600. So, you know, they're being nominal. They're not making the assumption things are going to go up. So that's really a bonus, if anything. But yeah, looks like a solid overall investment.
And more often than not, when investors buy through a real estate network, typically our network, because you get the discount because those builders are only building for investors, is not available to the general public. So with that in mind, I took the liberty to provide a apple-to-apple comparison as of this moment, how a similar property that are being constructed by a competing builder in a Palm Bay area. And here's what you see. Now, as a matter of fact, the square footage of this another retail builder in the area are similar square footage, but this home is only 3-bedroom, whereas the home that we are selling to our network investors are 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Look at the price, $379. So you could make the argument that our home that we're providing to our investors at this very moment, and there's not that many lots available, we might build some more, but the prices might go up, right? Our turnkey provider in Central Florida, she said, I'm going to raise the price because we're charging too little to our investors. $379K on an apple-to-apple comparison on another builder building similar home very close by to our price of $275. We're talking 100 grand more on another retail builder versus anyway. So we only have a few minutes left on this presentation. So now you see the equity. You know, you buy upfront at a below market value, below appraised value, and long term you buy all cash. Not everybody have all cash. I get all that. Not everybody want to buy all cash, but there are still many of you out there, especially from California investors. You have the money, you know, a lot of you have the money. So, you know, what's wrong with this strategy? I mean, you're working with someone that has been proven in a Central Florida marketplace. You know, our network, as you know, you work with Gene quite often. You have done hundreds investment loans in Florida. I'm sure, right? With your company, with your investment lending.
Oh,
so
thousands.
Thousands, yeah, sorry, thousands. You know the Florida market. So the recap for you is, if you were an investor, knowing what we just discussed, would you do this? Would you pull the trigger? You analyze it, you've done your research, you have mitigate the risk, you see the long-term benefits potential. What are your final thoughts before we finish up on this in the next 1 minute?
Yeah, I mean, I myself, like a lot of investors, are looking more for asset kind of protection and over the long term and diversifying. So, you know, I absolutely would consider a property like that. I would probably put 30 to 40% down, and or, you know, if I paid cash up front, I'd only take out, you know, 60% of the value to allow myself to have more front end cash flow and give myself a little more buffer room. But, you know, everyone's strategy is going to be a little different, and the right strategy is going to change, and it would be different for you versus me. So obviously it's important to talk to myself, talk to Seawing, determine what your goals are, and then, you know, we can advise what which property would best kind of suit your needs.
Exactly, you're absolutely right. Every investor is risk tolerance is different. So yeah, but this is just one strategy, and a lot of investors like this strategy, and these properties are selling very, very quickly. We have only a few lots left. I understand that our Gene will provide more lots down the road, and there's plenty of rooms, but it's all about getting early. It's a very fast moving market, Palm Bay, one of the top fast moving market in the country. So there's a lot to say. So with that in mind, thank you so much for listening. And Richard, again, you provide some very objective analysis, no holds bar, and really appreciate your perspective, your comments, your experience, your knowledge. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Richard Advani from Supreme Lending. My name is Siwen Yi from the Yi Real Estate Network. Hopefully you have learned a lot from this presentation. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.